Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure my settings are correct. There we go. I'm going to pour myself some water. Kind of while people are piling in. You guys pile in, I'll get ready. It's a team effort. How about that? Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm doing a little extra well on account of Bitcoin. Yeah, man. New all-time high today. Woo! Man. But doesn't mean I hold Bitcoin. I don't. I mean, I probably have a teeny weeny bit somewhere on a wallet from my early crypto days. Welcome to the Gray's Currencies. We're going to talk about pTGC and UFO. We're going to walk through the DApp, and we're going to do some moon math where these things could perhaps go. And we're going to just, hey, David, we're going to, take a walk through the Gray's Currencies, show you guys what's shaking and what could possibly, perhaps, shake out. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm onboarding my neighbor across the hall. She's got a little fitness gym over there, and we're on the quiet end of this building. And it's just like me and her over here. There's hardly anybody else. So every now and again, like once a month, I'd pop my head in. Hey, how's it going? And she's like, what do you do over there? So I told her one day, she's like, and she's really interested. And red candles do not frighten her. She's like, well, that just means opportunity to me. I'm like, you are correct. You're thinking correctly, and that's unusual for a woman, in my opinion. Seems that way to me. So I'm hoping I spent 3 hours with her yesterday. Yeah, 3 hours. So I'm hoping she comes over and gets a little speculation bag. Because I think that she would be very thankful. I think she, like, in due time, be thankful that she moved on it. Aren't we all? Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the charts, guys. Let's do it, man. Apparently everybody can hear me just fine. That's awesome. I'm trying out this new little thing right here. You see that in the lower right? That's the chat, and it's just going to go up on the screen so you guys can read it. Well, not you guys only, but the viewers on YouTube, and I guess the viewers on Twitter can read the chat. That's cool. So, I'm just going to be a little more selective about what I allow to be in that chat. This is a Gray's Currency space stream. So we're going to keep it that way. All righty, Teddy. Let's have a look at the charts. Well, Bitcoin pumped up to 109, went into price discovery, and then it pulled back. Let's get my eye. I want to get my eye on the all-time high. All-time was, it didn't break 110. It went to 109 and a quarter. 109 and a quarter. Now, that's pretty sweet. I mean, that's a big candle, man. What's the let's see, it's a 1% candle on Bitcoin is pretty sizable, and that's a 1%er. Ethereum on the daily, let's see, is, boy, Ethereum's been pumping really hard since May 8th. On the day, it's up, well, I guess I can see it over there. It's up like 2%. Yeah, it's like right here, right? 3.24 hours is up a little over 3%. PLS, that liquidity flows from Bitcoin to the altcoins. So it's no surprise that PLS is up 4% last 24 hours. That's beautiful. And look at this. It's up since the 3rd of May. It's up 73%. I mean, from the bottom. Where was the bottom? Well, let's measure from the bottom, actually. The bottom was right here. Let's even measure that wick, guys. That wick was on the 31st of March. And to the all-time high, that wick right there, 153%. Yeah, I think that's a 1.5x. So that's a good deal, man. 153% for pulse chain. Yeah, man. Now, our little dandies, pTGC. How are they doing today? Well, from the all-time low, well, like the recent low, which was the 31 of March, which is like right here. We are up 150%. Yeah, man. Let's flip the chart like we're accustomed to do to PLS and see how this token is performing against PLS recently. Down the last 5 days. Okay, so we're at 9.7, but still we are above the 7.59 from a few weeks ago. So we're doing good. And listen, we hit 1-to-1 with Pulse on August 26th last year. Hey, Burn Notice, how's it going, man? UFO on the daily. How is it doing? It's looking good. Up from that low on 31st of March. 130%. Wow, UFO has moved more since the 31st of March than pTGC has. Just saying. And then from here, you guys can tell how technical I am. 92%. That's good. You know, one day I do want to improve on my how to read charts and such. But let's look at WPLS at UFO in terms of WPLS. And it is down 3 days. But hey, do we not want the layer 1 to pump? Okay, it needs to pump for pTGC and UFO to pump. So I always get a little bit like, I want pTGC to pump and UFO to pump against the layer 1, but we need the layer 1 to do its thing too. So just relax, you know. I think it's more like a slingshot, pulse pumps, and then a little later pTGC will catch up and exceed. That's what I kind of speculate. Either way, it's all good. We're crushing it. One transaction at a time. In the grays, you know, with every single transaction, we are burning tokens, adding LP, rewarding holders, rewarding stakers. What else are we doing? Oh, paying the DAO so the DAO can do benevolent actions with DAO treasury money. And does it get any better? No, it don't. It doesn't get any better. Except for we would like to have more green candles. All right, let me get my notes pulled over here so I can see them. So hold on, guys. We reviewed the charts. Now, this is the purpose of this stream is for onboarding new people, like helping you to understand what you hold. You know, what are the grays currencies? They're pTGC and UFO. What is the difference between the two? Where's the DApp? How do I interact with this contract? What can I do with these tokens? All of that stuff. Where could they perhaps go? That's what this stream is for. If you got questions, and I'm sure you do, guys, don't be embarrassed to ask questions. Don't be embarrassed to ask questions. I get a little lit up when somebody asks a question because I am happy to answer. And there ain't no dumb questions. No dumb questions. Because I don't know, like Burn Notice, I don't think I've ever seen you before. You could have just found this stream and never even heard about the grays currencies. So, I mean, ask any old question. You're brand new for all I know. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the differences between pTGC and UFO. Just some like high level differences. First off, they are a fee-based token. And we're going to talk about where the fees go and what the purpose and the genius actually behind the fees. pTGC is a 5% fee on every buy, sell, or transfer. So buy from a wallet that you want to keep it on. UFO is a 6% fee on every buy, sell, or transfer. So again, just be careful what wallet you buy these tokens from, guys, because if you got to transfer, you're going to get it with a fee. That's a bummer. I've done it quite a few times. It's always very sad. Most of pTGC's LP, you're not going to get rugged in these tokens. Because pTGC's, most of its LP is burned, and UFO's LP is added by the community. Like UFO's LP is, it's provided by users that hold UFO and they bond with one of the RH assets, Hex, eHex, Pulse, PulseX, Inc. And we still have some holders that are paired with PDI. So that covers that, those main highlight key differences, right? They're both deflationary. 12% plus of pTGC has been burned. 8% plus of UFO has been burned. There are 3,000. I'm just hitting the highlights here, guys. 3,000 people in the Telegram. There's 14,000 pTGC wallets. Only 2,400 of those hold $1,000 or more. There are 6,000 UFO wallets. Only 750 of those hold $1,000 or more. The main differences in these two tokens, between these two tokens, is how the rewards are paid. Like in pTGC, you can earn reflections, staking, and locking rewards. We're going to talk about each of those. In UFO, you can earn reflections and LP rewards. We're going to talk about those. You can farm, like with UFO, you can farm to earn Pulse, which is the gas token on Pulse Chain. You can also hold it to earn reflections, UFO, which you're not having to share with the farmers. So in UFO, you hold that, and if you're not farming it, you earn reflections that aren't being paid to the LP providers because they don't earn reflections. Holders do. So the holders get like a little bonus in UFO. LP providers in UFO are highly incentivized to remain in the pool because they get a share rate assigned to them as soon as they enter. And we're going to talk about that. Yeah, let's see. I'm just reading my notes, guys. Just bear with me. Like LP providers, if they pulled their LP, and many people have, if they pull their LP and the price drops, other people scoop up those share rates, they may fall behind in share rates. And the share rate is what is determining their Pulse rewards. And UFO has twice the LP with RH tickers that pTGC does. So if that means anything to you, and it could, there you have it. It could be a thing. It could not be a thing. I give it a chance of being a thing. I don't know. That's where my head is. What do you guys think? Crypto Jack. Never thought I'd be a shark. Yeah, man. Let alone a whale. Let alone a whale. Yo, dude. For holding Foxzilla, wait a second. Are you sneaking a comment in here? Never thought I'd be a shark in pTGC, let alone a whale, but finally I'm now a whale holding Voxzilla, early pTGC and UFO while sleeping on. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to remove your comment because it has another token in there. Sorry, I'm just not gonna put you in timeout, dude, because I like you. Smash that like and subscribe. Thank you, Crypto Jack. Put your comment back up, man. I was getting all excited about you being a pTGC shark. Just exclude the other token, dude. That's a shark. You might want to like keep that private because a shark is something. It's already becoming something, and one day it could be something. It could be something else. Mister Rock Jockey. What is that? Oh, I don't have 3 hands. That'd be really fun to be able to duplicate that. All right, guys. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite all-time slides that I need to get updated, but I'm kind of waiting until the market is more bullish. Like I want this chart to be even more bullish looking. If we took it right now, it would look probably a little bearish. And I like the way it looks from the end of January. Check this out. This is the grays versus the RH cores. And I don't like to use that term versus very much. Let me see if I can pull these comments off and put them right back on. I think I can. That's going to be pretty cool. So if you notice, pTGC and UFO have been moving up against the gray. Against RH tickers. These 4 cores at the bottom: Hex, PulseX, Pulse, and Inc. Moving up against them, like not just a little bit, guys, but look at that volatility to the upside with any upward pressure. In Hex, for example, that's just insane. Guys, what's going to happen when these tickers, Pulse, PulseX, Inc., Hex, when they move? What is going to be the impact on the grays currencies? I think it's going to be highly impactful. And we're going to see some of that when we get into the moon math. We're going to get very speculative. I like to speculate over here. It's why I'm in crypto. So let's get those comments back up. I kind of like those. It's going to take a second for them to pull up. This is the beta version, so we'll see. Let me turn that back off and turn it back on, see if they come back. All right, we'll give them a second. All right, so that's a bullish slide, guys. I mean, what do you think is going to happen in the future when Pulse Chain runs? Crypto Jack, put your comment back up, man. That was exciting. Share it with us again, if you would, please. But if you can't, I know you might be working or something. So, what separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens, guys? What separates us? I mean, there's a lot of fee-based tokens out there. I will just tell you, it's the DAO. We have a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, and it's literally decentralized. Pretty cool. Like, how do you put it? I'm not even going to begin to describe it. If you want to hear from the founder about how the DAO is structured, jump on our spaces or in a voice chat, and you can hear from him. Oh, I think what it does is it starts. If I remove the comments and I put them back up, it's just going to start with the most recent ones. I see. Okay. Got it. So we need some more comments. Thank you, Mr. Rock Jockey, for keeping the chat lively with comments so I can see them on the new screen here. Appreciate it. So that's what separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens. And there's another thing that really separates it, which we're going to get into. But that DAO allows pTGC to pivot with market changes. And that's key. Like, I love the DAO. Yeah. And 2% of the 5% fee goes to the DAO to make benevolent moves with that money, with that treasury money. So what does the DAO do? It buys and burns tokens, and it'll pair tokens with LP with other tokens and burn those PLP tokens. It does that quite often. Like, I think we just burned, was it yesterday? I think maybe it was either Tuesday or Monday. We burned like $16,000 worth of pTGC, which is, I don't know how many millions, probably about, see, 16,000. I think we're at about $400 for a million. We must have burned about 40 million tokens. So Dude, those are tokens that will never earn another reflection. Do you get that? And all the reflections instead are going to the existing holders. We all just got a raise, a big one. Because supply was burned, and our supply, like mine and yours, our principal supply, if I can put it that way, inflated relative to the remaining circulating supply, which is now less. Oh, and by the way, that supply is actually reduced every well, not every minute, but with every single transaction. A little bit of supply is eliminated, and that inflates our positions just a little bit every single day, day in, day out. Sounds good, Crypto Jack. I appreciate you. So, guys, it's a beautiful thing. How many tokens are going to be left in a year? I don't know. hopefully we burn as many as we can. I think we're going to do that. You ever say something silly? Have you ever said it in front of 104 eyeballs? We're burning tokens like day in and day out. Many of it just happens autonomously, which is really awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. Where are we at on my? So we talked about what separates the pTGC from other fee-based tokens, which is the DAO. I want to show you secretobank.com. You guys can go there yourselves. Secretobank.com, built by my buddy Snowflake Society. I know it's a funny name. We have funny names over here in crypto. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do a little experiment that I like to do with you guys. Check this out. The total volume yesterday when I refreshed my screen was $64,000 and the liquidity was 10.5 million. I'm going to refresh my screen. We'll see what we got. Has volume gone up? I think it's probably gone down. Oh, it did go up. Liquidity decreased. It's now $7 million. But I want to draw your attention to this chart. This is all the LPs, not all of them technically, but most of the LPs for pTGC and their volume and their liquidity. Okay. So we have a $2 million LP with WPLS, and this is the one that's added to automatically. The other ones are added to periodically or have been built over time, and we're just letting them grow. $1.2 million LP with Burn, $1.1 million LP with PulseX, $710,000 with Hex. What does that mean when Hex does a 10x? Is that going to be a $7.1 million LP? Yes. That's going to be big. That's going to be a large LP. How about Pulse's LP at 100x? That LP is going to be a $200 million LP. I was just looking it up on Grok. That would put pTGC's LP with PLS in the top 20 to 30 of all LPs in DeFi. Of course, all of their LPs probably an increase too, but it's going to put us higher in the ranks. And what I'm trying to draw your attention to in this chart is that these tokens that we are bonded with. Okay, let me fix this real quick because I want you guys to see like the biggest ones. All of these tokens that we're bonded with, most of them, if you look at the chart and flip it to the bonded token instead of USD, you will see that we are moving up against those tokens. So we are basically an index of the best tokens on Pulse Chain, because all the pairs that pTGC is, all the tokens that pTGC and UFO are paired with are going to be the best tokens on Pulse Chain, unless somebody made a small LP. Usually if it'll be like a smaller LP with another token. and that's fine. We have no control over that. But our biggest pairs are going to be with the core RH tickers and any, highly prospective tokens that we think are going to do well on Pulse Chain. And like we made an LP with most. We made an LP with Pump. And we have LPs with the Tropa that we've done in the past. Bear, Teddy, and others. So what does that mean? Because we're bonded with all of those tickers, we are essentially index tokens. pTGC and UFO are indexes of all of those tokens. So by holding the Grays currencies, pTGC and UFO, you hold a little bit of those other tokens. So, that just reduces your task list, right? Like, why do I need to go investigate all these other tokens? Why do I need to go find out how much I should buy? Why? And you don't even have to buy them. You can just speculate on pTGC and UFO instead, because in a sense, you're buying a piece of all those other tokens. Now, I hold a lot of those other tokens, but I hold a little moon bags, just a little moon bags of those other ones, because I did my research. I went to Dex Screener and I pulled up pTGC bonded with Teddy Bear, for example. And I was like, pTGC is blowing the doors off of the Teddy Bear. Why do I want to hold the Teddy Bear when I can hold pTGC? I mean, it just makes mathematical sense. And I'm not dissing Teddy Bear. I'm just saying, I'm going to hold the Grays. Not everybody is going to do what I did. And I'm not saying you got to do what I did. But some people are. We're going to hold the Grays instead of these other assets. However, I will probably always advocate holding a moon bag. Don't exit a position entirely. It's probably not a good idea. You ever done that and gotten wrecked? I have. So they're an index of the best tickers on the Pulse network. And by holding these, you own a little bit of each of these tokens that they're bonded with. Pretty cool. It's pretty stinking cool. So, and that's the same for UFO. Let's pull UFO up so you guys can see that. And let's do a little, I can't do that. Hold up. Let me get my volume tracker. I won't be able to refresh my screen for UFO because it's already refreshed. UFO, $2 million in LP with WPLS, $33,000 in volume in the last 24 hours. Total liquidity, $8 million. It's actually more. It's always more. $1.8 million in LP with Pulse X, 1.4 with Hex, $800,000 in LP with Inc. So UFO is ginormous in its own right. All of the LP is user provided, so that's pretty cool. How much we got in the PDI pair? We still have 155,000 in the PDI pair, and that's been I'm going to just say it out loud because I like to call out the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's a little bit of an anchor for us right now, the PDI pair, but it's like of our total liquidity, let's say that's $7.9 million. Let's see. And we're gonna figure out the percentage of PDI at 156,000. 156,000. How much is our LP is in PDI? 156,000 divided by 7,900 million. It looks like it's 2%. 2. Oh, hurt me. Wham, wham, wham. Call the ambulance. Yeah, it's 2%. Come on. And as these other LPs thicken up, get larger, in theory, at least as from what we know today, the PDI LP will just get smaller and smaller. Okay. So is it an anchor? Sure. What's the LP? Did I show you guys this? I wanted to make sure I showed you guys this. There's the evidence, guys. Here is the PDI LP right here. with UFO. Now I want to go to look at the PILP with pTGC. It's 182,000. Well, I'm really kind of because that's burnt. So, and it's gonna be about the same, guys. It's gonna be about 2%. Yeah. Hey, backwards hat dad. You got a lot of attention on Spaces on Monday. I'm listening to the Spaces again because I miss so much when we're actually streaming and such. Polygon, would there be more of a bonding relationship with UFO than pTGC due to LP pools? Curious. Would there be more of a bonding relationship with UFO than pTGC due to LP pools? Like a bonding with the RH tickers? I think you're just asking about like the liquidity, like which one has thicker liquidity. That's where I'm going to frame this question for you. Polygon. Okay, cool. Well, UFO has, okay, when I checked last week, it had 44% more LP, 44, with RH tickers, and it had 17% more LP than pTGC versus pTGC. 44% more bonding with RH tokens and 17% more liquidity overall. So, yeah, UFO. I'm bullish on UFO. I will say this, lest you guys think that I'm excited about UFO because I have a bigger bag of it. I don't. Like, both of my bags are like in the same range, if you will. So, my bags of these two different tokens. So I'm bullish on both of them. I just have a special place in my heart for UFO because I love a good underdog story. Do you guys like a good underdog story? Like, I'm not a football fan, but I will watch football with my wife, and I don't know football, and I will always root for the underdog. I just want them to win. Right now, UFO is a little bit of the underdog, and I want it to win. It's going to. I think it's going to win. That Senate, that bill that whatever went to the next level. Yeah, that was it. You were famous for like 10 seconds. YouTube famous. That's kind of fun. Hey man, you take what you can get, right? So, all right, man. So these tokens are an index of the best tickers on Pulse Chain, and as some wise people have said, buy the index tokens, and you don't have to mess with all the rest. That's one of the tactics that some very large and historical financial figures have. You'll take the 10 seconds. have advocated, get you the index tokens, because then you can go play around in life and not have to worry so much. So yeah, man, get those index tokens. Right, it's time to go over the DApp, but this banana needs a swig. So hold on a second. Banana man. All right, let's talk about the DApp. Oh, I'm in the moon math. We're not going there yet. You guys pinned me down last time. You guys wanted to jump straight into that moon math. Yeah. And I bent to your whims. We did it. It seems like I missed something, guys. It's something's niggling at me that I missed or something, but we'll just move on. So, dude, guys, there's so much that we could cover in these streams that in 90 minutes, there's just not enough time. So I've resigned myself to, because I'll realize afterwards, I should have said, whatever. And I just realized that, sometimes in one stream, I'll say something, and another one, I won't. And we're just going to kind of go with that. So like, if you're new, come to a few of these and you'll pick up even more. That's my recommendation. And guys, you are really blessed to have something like this. If you're new and you're coming in, you're like, what are these things? Show me a token that has anybody streaming twice a week about the token. I literally am curious and would like to know, is there any other token or community that streams regularly with the intention of educating new people? Is there one? I am curious. And I want to know my competition. Let's look at the DApp. The DApp is where you go to interact with the contract. And we actually have access to a couple of dApps. The public one, pulsetgc.com. Let me drop it in the chat for you guys. Pulse TGC. I would use that one. Not in lieu of this next one. Look into pTGC. That's another one you can use. And that's from Kong. I have used that one. That's a good one. There's another Gray's Currency dApp that I think doesn't work as well. It has little hiccups every now and again. Use pulsetgc.com or look into ptgc.com. Let me see. Look into ptgc.com. That's a good site, guys. And that's where we're gonna do our moon math today. You will want to go, especially if you're a data head nerd kind of person, go to look into. You guys, it'll blow your minds. It'll blow your minds. It's so wonderful. Because I'm a data head nerd kind of person. All right, let's look at the dApp. PulseTGC.com. That's where you're going to connect your wallet and interact with the Gray's Currency's smart contract. Give me a second. And let's go over let's review the taxes. Let's review the fees. And you can do that right here on the dApp on the home page. Give me a second. We'll pop that up. Right here on the home page. Guys, you can watch Hexplained his video about the Gray's Currencies. And this is how the fees are broken up. 0.5% burns tokens. 0.5% is added to liquidity. 2% goes to the DAO. 1% goes to holders and stakers. 1% goes to stakers. So if you simply hold these tokens, you will earn the staker reflections 1%. That's pretty cool. So let's go to the dApp. Okay, the dApp is for both pTGC and UFO. But we're talking about pTGC right now. We'll do UFO after this. You're going to go to the staking tab. These two boxes up here are global statistics. These down here are wallet statistics. I have a wallet connected. It's an experimental wallet. It has 1 million pTGC staked, and it's also locked. You have to stake in order to lock. Yeah, that's right, Mercis. pTGC is the golden goose of crypto. It's the needle in the haystack. It's the be all end all token. That's what it was designed to be. And it is slowly, but in my opinion, surely taking that spot. I agree, man. I agree. All right, so we're going to talk about how to buy these tokens. Make sure that's on my list. Yeah. And then let's see. So after we're going to do this first, and then we're going to do a couple other things, and we'll talk about how to buy. But let's just assume for now that you hold these tokens in your wallet. You hold pTGC, and you're like, okay, I understand that I'm holding, because I'm holding these tokens, I'm earning reflections. That's great. It's passive income. But now I want to see if I can do some other things with these tokens. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Because the other thing that you can do with pTGC, like the next step, if you wanted to level up your game, is stake them. You don't have to stake all of them. You can. I did. Like, I'm a long-term player. I'm going to be here for a while. I staked all mine. There is a 1% fee that you got to pay on your principal to end your stake. That goes to all the other stakers. You need to bear that in mind, but there is an ROI time on that. I just haven't pinned it down yet. I will pin it down because I hesitate to tell you guys a little secret, but I'm going to need that data, and I will let you guys know the little secret in due time. Okay. But I'm going to need to find out the ROI time on getting that 1% back. And I think it wouldn't take but maybe 10, 15 minutes to actually figure it out. And I don't think it's but more than a couple of few months, but it depends on volatility, on volume, okay, and price appreciation. How long is it going to take to get your 1% back? Okay. Because when you stake, and you unstake, you're going to pay 1% on your principal, which is kind of a bummer. But one of the positives about staking pTGC, let's talk about two positives. The one positive is that you can unstake or withdraw a part of a stake. You don't have to unstake all of it. You can unstake as much as you want. And the other positive is that we have access to all of our yield at any time. We can claim our yield and do whatever we want with it. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Ooh, I forgot something here. Let me do a little, since you guys are looking at my mug, let me describe to you a key thing. Hey, Conspiracy Crypto. What's up? How's it going, man? A key thing, one of the key things that separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens. Check this out, guys. We just saw on the screen the fees, how they're distributed. Oh, I need to draw your attention to this because I can highlight it. Watch this. All right, we're going to that home page. Come on, home page. All right, watch this, guys. I was showing a lady across the hall this yesterday. Look at how this is distributed. Let's look at the burn, liquidity, and DAO as economic energy that is going into the system to build the system where it's burning tokens, adding LP pretty much exclusively at 2% of the DAO. That's what the DAO does, is it burns tokens and it adds LP. It's a 5% fee. That's 3%. 3% is going into the system to what? Build the system. Now look at this over here. That's 2%. That 2% is being rewarded to holders. And I just said that you can take your rewards home as profit for staking, reflections, all of that coming into your wallet. You can do whatever you want with it. Guys, you can do whatever you want with all of this, right? I'm a capitalist. And this is a free economy over here in crypto land. But check this out. I'm trying to get this right. You got 3% going in to the ecosystem. 0.5% burn, 0.5% liquidity, 2% of the DAO. You got 3% going in, and at most 2% going out of that 3% that can be taken home as rewards. And that's a net positive. You got more coming in than is being paid out in rewards. That's genius, guys. That's next level alien tech kind of stuff. Yeah. All right, let's go back to this staking page here. Again, I've got 1 million staked, 1 million locked. All right, so right here is my claimable pTGC earned from staking. Those tokens can be claimed at any time. I'm not claiming them because this is an experimental wallet. I'm letting those stack up. But in my other wallets, I claim them just about weekly. Actually, it's not even weekly. That's probably every few weeks. I claim mine, but weekly is probably the optimal. You don't want to claim more frequently because you're really just it's not as effective and beneficial and profitable as you may think. claiming once a day would be just too much. Once a week, once a month, or if you get a large wave of rewards, then you can claim. And with those claimed rewards, you can do whatever you want with them. You can take them home as profit, or you can add them to your stake, or you can create other locks with them. And that's where you do it, right here in this dApp. Here's your rewards. You can claim them. Boom. If you withdraw, see right here, it says, and that's withdraw. It's the same thing as ending a stake. Stake withdrawal will result in 1% fee back to all the other stakers. So that's pretty cool. Just for staking tokens, you earn a 1% from everybody that ends their stakes. That's cool. In addition to the 1% that, hey, Shaka, in addition to the 1% that's being paid to stakers by the smart contract. So sweet. If you had liquid tokens and you wanted to stake them, you just click the stake button and you can stake as many as you want. You can stake 50%, 100%, and there's no time commitment. It'll just be a stake. It's just a stake. Okay. No time commitment. What else? What else can we talk about staking? I think that's just about it. Let's move on to locking. So you're holding tokens, and let's assume that you got them staked. Now you can lock them. They got to be staked in order to be locked. And in locking, there is not again. Let me back up. In locking, there is a commitment. There is a commitment. But you can also access your rewards at any time. But the rewards are not going to be coming in all the time like they are with reflections and staking, because locking is dependent on humans to early end lock. When they break their commitment, their time commitment, and end their lock early, they are forfeiting 30% of their principal. Check this out too, guys. If somebody unlocks, do you think they might be gonna sell those tokens? Okay, then I do. If I was gonna unlock, really? Thank you, Polygon. Let me know when it happens. Woo, that's bullish. Bitcoin about to break 110K. If I was going to end a lock, I might let the tokens sit there, but I think my intention would probably be to flip them over to another asset because I'm taking profit. So we can sort of maybe probably kind of reasonably assume that if somebody ends their lock, we know they're going to pay the 30% penalty on their principal. They're probably going to move or sell their tokens. And each of those transactions is going to cost 5%. Plus, they have to unstake 1%. So if somebody unlocks, unstakes, and sells, there's 36% that's going to, okay, the 36%, 30% goes to all the lockers, 5% of the 5%, 1% goes to holders, 1% goes to holders and stakers, and then 1% goes to stakers. Lucrative. This is a lucrative ecosystem. Hey, Kurt Gallagher. Good to see you. Lucrative. I love the Grays. The Grays currencies they're like an anomaly. They're like a very special, it's almost like Hex. Hex is unique, guys. Yeah, it's one of a kind. And so are the Grays. Yeah, man. So let's talk about locking. You got to be staked in order to be locked. Level up on crypto. The FOMO will start at 0.005 pTGC. People don't realize how undervalued it is now. Yeah, man. Actually, in the work that I'm doing, that is the exact number that I'm using throughout the work that I'm doing. I'm giving a little hint. You guys will never figure it out. Somebody will drop it in the chat and I'm just going to delete it. Yeah, 0.005. Yeah, guys. I'm so excited. Okay. Locking. You must be staked in order to lock. Okay. So this wallet has 1 million pTGC locked because it has 1 million staked. I could have locked less than 1 million if I'd wanted to, because you select how many tokens you're going to lock. You just click on lock, and I can't lock any because all of my stake tokens are already locked. But then you're going to select a time duration. Another thing about staking is you can only have one stake per wallet, but you can have multiple locks. Okay. So most of my other real wallets have multiple locks in them, not just one. This one just has one. And the reward right now, as of February, because that's when February 10th, I harvested the yield, and it has earned, this 1 million pTGC has earned 3,625 pTGC. Let's see what that is worth today. 3,625. Yeah, look at that, man. Oh, it is so green today. Love it. I just love it. 3,625. 36.25 is worth $1.56. Hey, man, that wallet has earned $1.56 since February. This banana, the prairie banana, acknowledges that that is not a very impressive number, but he understands that this is crypto, and crypto can go bananas. So, and besides that $1.56, that how many tokens? 3,625 tokens is not going to be worth $1.56 for very long. It's going to be worth more. How much more? No idea. And that's why I'm here, because I love the excitement of where's this thing going? Somewhere exciting. 3,625 tokens at $1 is $3,625 for 1 million pTGC staked. No, that's locking rewards. Locked since February. 3,600. I'd take it. Okay. So that's the beauty of the system, because, in the time that I've earned that 3,625 locking rewards, I've also been, that same bag has been earning reflections and staking rewards, because it's earning all three. It's maxed out. So when you're locked, you're still earning staking rewards and reflections. Yeah. All right, let's go back and we'll unpack a couple of things. I think it's time to show you guys what is going on over here, man. Pulse chain is up 6%. It's going to be hard to concentrate today. Let's look at this DApp. All right, so I think I've probably just shown you everything that you need to know, except this. Here's your lock-in rewards you can claim at any time. And you can also unlock. And it says right here, early unlock will result in a 30% fee. So just beware that you know what you're doing. Make sure you know what you're doing. Don't transact at night. Make sure it's bright and sunny out. Make sure you've had a good night's sleep. Make sure you're paying attention while you're transacting. Don't be messing around, texting, talking to your wife, petting your dog. Focus, because we're the bank, the security guard. We got all the keys. So be careful. All right. We're going to talk about the difference between reflections and staking and locking in a minute. Locking it's the juice of the pTGC ecosystem. It's the superpower, as Jimmy Rents calls it. And it really is. Reflections and staking rewards come to your wallet day after day after day, and they're based on the price of the tokens today. So if somebody inputs $1,000 into the system today, $50 of that is going to be used to, to both. It's going to be $50 is going to be paid in tax in the fee. 1%, or it'd be $10, goes to the holders. $10 goes to the holders and the stakers at the value of the tokens that they are today at 0.403 or 4, whatever it is. So the contract is, so whatever number of tokens that $10 buys, that's the number of tokens that are distributed to all the holders and the stakers too, proportional to their share of the pool, like how many tokens they have, right? But locking is different. It is value agnostic. It is it is token count centric. When somebody unlocks, they're 30%. Let's say somebody has a billion tokens locked up, and they're like, I'm unlocking. They're forfeiting 300 million tokens that are going to all the other lockers. And the contract doesn't care what the value of those tokens are. It is going to distribute the number of tokens to your wallet based on how many, based on how much of the locking pool you have. That's how it works. So that's why locking is special, because those tokens could be worth a lot more than they are today. Like, let me get my eyes on the price because I'm sure I misquoted that. pTGC right now is 0.3043. The contract is distributing tokens at 0.3043. It's also distributing locking tokens at 0.3043. But when that number 10x's and it's 2043, or like who was it? Level Up says when we're at 0.005, the contract for $1,000 is going to buy a lot less tokens. It's going to buy like a little over 10x less tokens at 0.005, but it is going to distribute 0.005 valued tokens for early end locking. If that makes sense. So there's no limit to what those values, what those tokens can be worth, and that makes the locking pools, the locking function of pTGC highly interesting, very interesting for those that are willing to lock up their tokens. It's like large commitment, large rewards potential. Okay. And also the other key difference is that your reflections and staking rewards are machine dependent. They're going to happen day in, day out. You can just count on it. But the locking rewards are depending on somebody, early end locking. So we don't get them every day. Like, I forgot to take my daddy yesterday, I got to admit. But like, there's been several days in a row where there have been no locking penalty. Nobody's unlocking. So we don't get any rewards. But the average is 390 million per month for every 30 days. So we've got that. That's cool. An average of 390 million tokens early end locked every 30-day period last year. That's some very valuable information that you can take to the bank. Sort of. Okay. We talked about the pTGC. We talked about pTGC on the DApp. Let's go talk. Explore the fun in real life live streaming. In real life, explore YouTube music shorts. I don't know what that is, dude. It looks like spam to me. Let's go look at, let me reset this chart. Okay. Stuff's flashing at me. Can't handle it. Okay. Let's go back to the DApp. Pull it up here for you guys. I'm going to remove that. FOMO will start at 0.005. Why do you think FOMO will start at 0.005? I think it'll start like, when is it going to start? I mean, why don't people understand what's happening over here in the grays? I mean, you can literally go to the chart and see how we're moving up against Pulse X, Hex, Inc. We did it on Sunday on this stream on Sunday. We looked at Pulse X and Inc. in particular, and we're like, pTGC is doing better than these tokens. So why would I hold those tokens? Hold a moon bag. But then what's going to happen when those tokens run? We've already seen when Inc. did a run last year, midsummer, I think, it pushed pTGC up and UFO both. So when PulseX has a run and Hex has a run, it's going to push pTGC up. When Pulse runs, it's going to push pTGC and UFO up. I mean, it has a like months and months and months of track record of responding, these tokens of responding very positively to the tokens that they're bonded with, moving up and moving up even more than them. So, I mean, if history repeats, it's going to be very exciting. Just saying. Okay, I think we covered everything on staking and locking. Let's move on to UFO. Give me a second. And if you guys want to see the DAO, I like to know everything that's going on. I want to be fully informed. So go investigate the DAO. You can see what's going on there. You can look at the proposals. You can look at the active ones, the succeeded ones. If you want to see what it takes to be in the top 100 stakers, because only the top 100 stakers can submit proposals, but everybody can vote on them. So if you want to see the top 100, click there. Now there is a Grays game that you guys can participate in. It's not super active, but it is available for you guys to play around and have fun, speculate on. And there are some stats. There's a very simple stats page. I want to see the top stakers. What do you got to hold to be a top 100 staker in pTGC? How about holding 18 billion tokens? Huh? Wow. He's not a Sidon, but one day maybe he will be, whoever that is. Look at all these wallets with 1 billion tokens in them. Congratulations. This dude here, 90, you got to have like 99 or 400 million to be in the top 100. So, yeah, man. Congratulations. If you're in the top 100, you got some pretty big bags. UFO token. All right, let's talk about it. UFO token. So with pTGC, you can make 3 income streams: holding, staking, and locking. UFO, you can make 2. If you hold, you will earn reflections. If you in UFO, if you LP, you will earn pulse rewards. I love pulse. We need it for gas. And I used to always frequently have to buy pulse for gas and other stuff. But now I haven't bought pulse since I've been LP'd with my UFO because I earn it every single day. So you might want to know that holders of UFO have been earning more APY than the LPers by about 5 times. Okay. But what a lot of us have done is we have LP'd about 50% of our UFO and then just held the rest liquid in the wallet. I like the idea of locking my tokens up, like tying them down somehow, because then it prevents me from even being tempted to do anything with them, because there's so many shiny objects in crypto, right? Temptations. LP'ing UFO is a way that I can tie my UFO tokens down, and I have done that, and I do not intend to untie them, unbond them with their ticker, the RH ticker, because I would forfeit that UFO share rate, which we're going to talk about. So both pTGC and UFO have a sort of time down function where you can do something with these tokens that'll help you to keep your dirty little hands off your tokens. You know, and that's important for some of us. I hate to admit it, even myself. Yeah, I get all excited. So, UFO holders are earning more APY than LP providers by about 5 times more. That's pretty cool. LP providers are excluded from earning reflections, and they earn in Pulse, which is the token that UFO is moving up against. So one of the drawbacks of LP'ing UFO is that you're earning Pulse, and Pulse has historically moved down, has not done as well as UFO has. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, if I'm earning Pulse, because I'm earning Pulse and it's stacking up in my wallet, and UFO is moving against Pulse, if I want to make that economic energy do more, I need to flip it into UFO or pTGC or some kind of thing that's moving up against Pulse. And in this case, I am moving it into more UFO. So that requires a step, right? I've got to actually get my wallet out, claim my Pulse rewards, and then flip them into UFO or pTGC or some kind of asset that's doing better than Pulse. Okay, I think that makes sense. But after I explain share rates to you, you might be interested in, I'm hoping you will be interested in getting share rates, because they are going to be something special. They already are, but they're going to be much more special, in my opinion. And you can ask Shaka Vibes. Shaka Vibes will back me up on this. Share rates are the superpower of the UFO token. Let's pull up pTGC, UFO. So it's right over here. Click on UFO token, which will bring you here. And if you want to make an LP, like holding the tokens, guys, is really simple. You hold them in your wallet, and you're going to see on the rewards page where you can see what you are earning. But if you want to do the other function of the other way that you can make money with UFO, passive income, then you got to come here and you're going to click on UFO liquidity pools. And let's say you want to make a UFO Pulse pool. Select manage pool, add liquidity, and you're just going to add your tokens, right? No, right about it. Right. You're going to add your tokens, sign it in your wallet, and then go check and make sure you got it. Okay. So one pair that I want you guys to be cautious about is the UFO pTGC pair. All the other pairs are exempt from paying the fees, but the pTGC UFO pair, you will pay the fee for each of those. So you'll pay 11% going in and 11% going out. The UFO, I don't know if I should say this just yet. That's the only pair that you're going to pay the fee on. Okay. So just word of caution. I have not paired pTGC and UFO. I'm just not willing to do that. For Pulse, no. Okay. So let me bring this screen back up. Thank you, Aura. I'm just going to call you Orez. I'll call you Orez. Okay. So you made an LP. Now you want to see it, right? Because you should go see it. Select UFO PLP rewards. And in a second, you'll see there you go. This is where you can see what you have earned in reflections. And this is 1 million, guys. This is 1 million UFO sitting in a wallet for about a year. And it has earned 43,000 UFO in a year. Ain't bad. I mean, it's 1 million. That's a 20th of 1 million. Is that right? Yeah, about a 20th of 1 million. A little less. But also on this page, you can see all of your LPs. You can claim each one individually, or you can claim them all at the same time. And you remember the rewards are in Pulse. And this wallet has earned 53,000 Pulse. And did I don't think I harvested this yield like I was supposed to in the middle of May. It might not be too late. I probably need to do that. Let me get a little yellow sticky going, because I think I was supposed to do that and I messed up. So I'm going to have to restart that experiment, but that's okay. Okay. See this little thing right here, UFO shares? It says 990. Let's just call it a million. Okay. That's a million UFO shares because I put a million UFO in there. Now, if I went to PulseX and wanted to see how much UFO is in that LP, it's going to be less. All right, now it's time for me to explain UFO shares and the beauty and the genius of the UFO shares. I put a million UFO in there, and it's now 250,000 UFO because the market valued UFO more than it valued its paired token, Pulse. That's just how LP works. And it's sad, but it's okay because I have UFO shares. And the UFO shares will never change, though they will always be a million. And it's the UFO shares that determine the yield that I get to take home in Pulse. And I promise no more ands. I did a little experiment a few weeks ago where I speculated unpairing that LP. And what I found is that if I unpaired and wanted that 1 million UFO shares back because I want the juicy rewards for LPing, guess what? It would cost me 2.6 times more to get that LP back, to get those UFO shares back. 2.6 times more. It's only been a year, and Pulse Chain has done nothing. UFO has done something, but it literally would cost 2.6 times more if I unpaired and I had that 250,000 UFO. And I'm like, man, I want my UFO shares back. Well, now I got to buy 750,000 UFO, and I've got to have an equal portion of the paired asset. And to get that back and get my 1 million shares, 2.6x more. That would be very sad. And so my encouragement to everybody that's new in the Grace currency ecosystem and on Pulse Chain, because nothing has moved on Pulse Chain, except we got a pretty good movement today, but we're still below SAC price. And I think there's a lot of growth potential left in Pulse Chain, on Pulse Chain for Pulse, which we are a leverage play on. My encouragement is for you to consider UFO shares. Consider getting some UFO and pairing it with any RH tickers you got laying around, or maybe even buying some, because hey, we're all here for speculation. It's a speculative move. And we think that the UFO shares are going to be very, very valuable. And as people exit their share positions, and those shares will disappear. And especially if you're a long-term holder. If you're a long-term holder like me and you just plan on being here forever, then we'll just constantly be moving up up the ladder. So if you have the ability to be patient, then it can be very profitable. We speculate, and I love speculation. And I'm sure you do too, to some degree or another. All right, guys, let's get back on track. Hold on. Just a sec. My screen just went very large. Okay. All right. So, oh man, I didn't show you guys the locking tiers. I need to show that to you. 1 second. Let me get this set up, because we talked about locking, but I forgot to show you guys the tiers. Hold on. I got to find it. It's on the slide right here. And boom. If you lock up for 90 days, you keep 55%. If you lock up for 5 to 6 years, you keep 80%. If you lock up for 10 years, you keep 100%. And then if you guys lock into 1 day into the next higher tier, you will earn from that higher tier. And you're wondering what happens to the other percent? Does it go to the founder and developer wallet? No, it goes to the burn address. So if you need some time to think about locking, if you need just a little time to like think about, and I would recommend not jumping in to a big old fat 10-year lock just because you're going to earn 100% of those lock-in rewards. And we're going to look at the moon math here in just a minute. And you're going to get all excited about locking if you're anything like me. But I would caution you against just going and making a big old ladder or doing 10-year locks without some careful, thoughtful deliberation. You know, take some time. If you want to place your money in a lock, just to give yourself some time to think about it, put them in a 90-day lock. You will earn 55% of those juicy locking rewards. And you have stinking 90 days to think about what you want to do. You know, how you want to. I took 8 months. I put them all in 90-day locks, and I took, generous amount of time. And at the end of last year, 2024, I had it figured out finally. And now I am very confident in what I did with my position. And I'll just tell you guys, I took 88% and put it into 10-year locks, 8% in a locking ladder, and 4% in 90-day locks. And because I don't want to kill the golden goose. The golden goose is my principal amount that I do not want to touch. I will take some feathers from the goose and make a nice fluffy down goose feather pillow. But the goose is the one that I'm depending on to lay golden eggs. So I'm not touching the goose, right? It's just that's how I'm built. And yeah, so I'm asking you guys just to consider locking. I'm not asking you. I'm posing it as an option for you guys to consider locking, but then also just do it very carefully, deliberately, purposefully. Okay, because it's a heavy penalty. It's a large commitment, heavy penalty, large reward, as we'll see. Let's get into the moon math. We saw the tiers. Let's go to the moon math. What do you guys want to do? You guys want to do like, hey, in the chat, tell me what you want to see. Like on Spaces Saturday, somebody, he's in the chat, Shaka, is like, hey, man, Ethereum did a 4,800x its first 2 years, if I remember correctly. I'm like, what? 4,800? And if Pulse Chain does 25% of that, that would be a 1,400x. And guess how many X's Pulse Chain would do if the SAC funds were brought over to Pulse Chain? It's like about 1,400x. So, let's, oh man. Richard Hart is probably going to do at least 100x. He'll make his chain do at least 100x. I think, I think he's a genius founder and he has levers that he can pull and things that he can do to pump the chain. He's got SAC funds, but honestly, guys, have you guys looked at that ETH reserve? I mean, we're number 2. I'm going to include myself with Richard Hart. Okay. You've got the Ethereum Foundation and then the Pulse Chain SAC wallet. And I didn't sacrifice for Pulse Chain. I wasn't around back then. But I'm going to include myself in that number 2 ETH holder and then everybody else down below. The bummer is if he uses all of that, for example, SAC funds to pump the chain, he won't be on that list anymore. But then maybe we won't even care. Whatever. I'm just jibber jabbering. So anyhow, let's do an experiment. We're gonna do moon math. If you guys want me to put in a certain amount of X's for pTGC against pulse chain and or a certain number of X's for pulse chain, just put it in the chat. But if you don't, I am going to move on to Pampy.app, which is a really handy little tool for estimating, if you will, estimating what the SAC funds can do. And I already did it earlier today. I already set this up earlier today. So Pampy.app. I'm going to show you guys the evidence. The evidence, if SAC funds were injected into the 4 core assets, even allowing for 25% sell pressure, that would move Pulse 1300x. Okay, I'm going to round that number to 1300x. Okay, and on top of that, we know that Ethereum did about a 4800x its first cycle, but that was a number of years ago. So let's speculate that maybe Pulse Chain could do 25% of that. Maybe, okay? 1300x. So let's just put 1300x into this moon math calculator. You guys holding on to your hats? I hope you're holding on to your hats. Let's do it. Let me pull it up here. And if you guys want this, site, it's $17.28 a month. $17.28 a month, and you can gives you access to all of these tabs up here. Okay, I'm going to select on Moon Math, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, you guys have access to without even needing to log in. You guys have access to the Moon Math calculator. So we're going to select the pTGC Pulse pair. pTGC has moved up against Pulse 14x in the last year. 14x. We are going to just say, what if it moves up 5x? And let's say Pulse Chain does half of that 1300x. Let's make it 650. 650x. That's going to be 650 times 5 times the current price. What is that? What is that answer? $1.40. $1.40, guys. If Pulse Chain does a 650x and the Grace currencies move up against it at 5x, that's $1.40. What if Pulse Chain only does 100x, which would not even be 100x above SAC price, but from where it is now, that's 21 cents. 21 cents. There are going to be a lot of very wealthy people that hold Grace currencies. I'm just saying. I mean, if you're holding these, the crypto queen approves. Good one, bro. I like that. Still holding those little dandies myself, man. There could be a lot of wealthy Grace holders. Are you going to be one of them? Are you going to be one of them? 500x. Who would turn down a 500x? I mean, thank God we're still dollar cost averaging in every single day. Like, we're earning, if you hold these tokens, you're earning reflections. If you're staking rewards, LP rewards, all that stuff, right? We're earning every single day. In a sense, dollar cost averaging. But if you're still injecting fiat into the system, how about a potential 500x? Hey, man, I'd go for that. Yeah, man. The crypto queen. I'm going to pop you up on the screen. My buddy. It's either John or... Oh, I'm under pressure, so I'm not recalling your name. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's who you are. John or... All right, let's move on to... And just so you know, guys, we're going to skip UFO because UFO would be the same. Like if Pulse pumped and UFO has done a similar number of X's, it's going to be a similar number of X's in the outcome. Oh, vets. Okay. Good to see you, vets. Hey, man. It's good to see you back in a sense. I haven't been on the meetings, but I'm hoping to get. I've been working on a project for the Grays, so and you're going to hear all about it. So I've been busy. Yeah. But sometimes life goes in cycles and you do actually legitimately have to forsake things and get to work, So that's what I've been doing. But I get to slow down a little bit because I just passed a milestone. Yeah, man. Vets. Vets is a vet. I'm a vet. Yeah, man. Okay. So we talked about, UFO would do the same number of X's. Basically, guys, it's all speculation. So don't take anything I say as, this is going to happen. Just be very careful. And I'll be careful. Okay, I be careful. You be careful too. We all got to be accountable for our own. We're all accountable for our own accountability around here. Okay, so let's look at another calculator because you got two things. You got price. You got a few things. You have the price of the tokens, and then you got, well, how many are we earning, right? And that's be reflections. And then you've got how much can we earn in locking. We just finished the first one, the token appreciation. Wow. I am going to have to change my tune on, you know what? What did we see for 1,300? Oh, we did 650. Let me get this number in mind because I'm going to plug that into the locking calculator, $1.40. Wait till you see this locking calculator, guys. You're going to need to be sitting down. Okay, that's $1.40. Let's do $1.40 pTGC this cycle. Can we do that? All right, let's look at the reflections, and we're going to end on the locking calculator because it's my fave. Reflections, and I will share my screen. Oh, here it is, guys. You can have this site access to the full site for $70.28 per month. Just go there and sign up, and I got to log in order to do the reflections calculator, which you guys get a sneak peek of. So we're going to enter experimental mode. Let's do my wallet. Give me a second. We're going to shake it up a little bit this time. We're going to put in this is the experimental wallet that I've been showing you guys this whole time. Okay. And this has 1 million pTGC in it. Crypto Durgan asks, is it 1% fee to unlock and unstake or just to unstake? It is 1% fee to unstake. So there is no fee to unlock once your lock is mature. But if you unlock it before, it would be 30%. But the 1% fee is on unstaking. And on the DApp, it's called withdrawal. So just so you know. There you go, Crypto Durgan. Thank you for asking. You're the first one, I think, to ask a question today. I appreciate that very much. pTGC. Here's my experimental wallet. We are going to calculate yields at a certain volume. You're welcome, Crypto Durgan. I'm inclined to show you a tweet. Let me pop it in. Let me pop it in the chat. Guys, go look at this tweet. I put it up yesterday. Hold on. Let me get this pulled up. I got to find it. All right, guys, if you guys want to see, let's see, I'm trying to get my frame of mind. Here, I dropped this in the chat for you. Go look at that tweet. It's interesting. Okay, because we made a little discovery on Monday on Spaces. And the discovery is, check this out, guys. I got to tell you guys. The discovery is that, okay, we've been tracking volume. I can actually just show you guys. Let me just show you guys. I want to show you the evidence. We're going to go in a little overtime, but I think it'll be worth it for new people like Crypto Durgan. Give me a second. Monthly data. I'm going to draw your attention to something here. And then we're going to get back to the calculator. Watch this, guys. pTGC volume, average volume per month. Okay, over here on the left, look, we have April, which is the most recent month. And then when I started taking records in August, okay, look at the volume of pTGC in August, $30,000 on average per day. Now, look at Pulse Chain back in August, $9 million, $10 million per day. Okay, now look at the difference between the volumes in August and the volumes in April. Pulse Chain, 3x. pTGC, I forget what that was. I think it's like an 8x. Okay, so what we see, let me boil this down to simplicity for you guys, is that when Pulse Chain's volume 3x'd, pTGC's 8x'd. What does that mean when Pulse Chain volumes 10x's? Go look at that tweet and you'll get some idea. I mean, guys, the volume could be significant. And we're talking millions of dollars in volume. We've already seen like 1 or 2 for pTGC. I think we're going more. I think we're going to get a lot more. And what does that mean for holders? More reflections. More transactions equals more reflections, rewards, staking rewards. Okay. More payment. We get more yield, more APY. And that is related to this calculator I'm about to show you. So we're going to set this calculator to $5 million in volume because I think that we can do it. And if you look at that tweet, we can go beyond. We can go beyond $5 million in volume. All right. So with pTGC at $5 million in volume, it would earn 108. And this is a million tokens. This is a wallet with 1 million tokens in it. He would earn 181,000 pTGC per year or 18% APY. That's pretty sweet, guys. Hey, he's a turtle. Good. I mean, no issue there. $400 worth of pTGC. I'm advocating everybody get at least 1 million of these tokens, man. Get 1 million. It's like, get you 10 T-shares, get you some T-shares before they're so expensive that they're unaffordable, for the average person. Now, a dolphin is 29 million tokens today, which is $13,000 for one dolphin position. And it would earn 15,000 pTGC per day. Today, at today's prices. And remember, as price goes up, those tokens that he already earned are going to be worth more. Okay. And we assume the price is going up. So that's the reflections calculator for pTGC. Let's look at UFO. It's a little different, guys. It's a little different. We're going to do the lot calculator after this, and I think we'll just shut this down. We're going to do the same volume, $5 million. It would, and this dude has, whoa, he's got 1 million UFO in his wallet at 5 million. Oh man, I can't believe this, man. Okay. I wish I knew how this is all working in the back end, because then I could kind of, just understand why these numbers are so significant, because there's 1 million UFO in this wallet. Hey, John May. And this is showing me he's earning almost 1 million more UFO, like doubling his bag in a year. And that just flips me out. But from what I understand, it's just math. It's just math. Okay. I wish I understood all the math behind this site. Kong, where's Kong? I need Kong. Sorry, I'm late. Didn't get an alert. Oh, you did get an alert. I wonder why. I didn't change anything, but dude, you're fine. You're fine. So yeah, this dude is a turtle. This wallet is a turtle. It's a turtle wallet, and he's going to earn $26 in yield per year. Doesn't sound like a lot, does it? But just bear in mind that these tokens are becoming more and more valuable every day. So yeah, it's $26 today. But what if we do it 1,000x? Well, duh, it's $26,000. Okay. Guys, you gotta be thinking ahead. You gotta think in crypto, you got to have the ability to think presently and futurely. Okay, so it could all go to zero, or it can go to the moon. Got to be ready for both. Both. So it's like you got to keep your focus like on this huge broad spectrum. You know, it's very difficult, but you just got to man up and figure out how to do it in your own head. Let's look at the locking calculator. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, we're learning some. This is math time with John May. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So there you go. That's math for you. It's really not that hard. Thanks for the good laugh, dude. That was funny. All right, so you go to the lock calculator. Let's pull this up. Okay, let me give you guys a little bit of background. This experimental wallet that I have, that I'm tracking every day, is giving us some very interesting information. Like we know how much is being unlocked every day, and then we can backwards math and find out how much you would earn if you have a certain amount of bag, and then at a certain price level. I mean, you could put all this together and come up with a hypothetical. There are two hypotheticals. They are how much is going to be unlocked and price. We have a history of how much is being unlocked, which is 395 million tokens in any given 30-day period in 2024. And we even speculate. I've heard this speculated. I tend to disagree personally that people will be unlocking more going up cycle. I just don't know that I believe that, but I hope they do. But historically, we've seen 395 million unlocked in any given 30-day period, and we're going to plug in a price of $1. Let's do 10 cents, 50 cents. Let's work our way up to $1.40 that we, the $1.40 that we figured in the moon math calculator. Okay, so let's check this out, and you get ready to get excited about locking tokens. So 395 millions, actually, like in the last 30-day periods, like from today back, it's like into, I think it's 190 million. But just to be fair, we're going to use a 395 million. Let's say you have 100 million locked up. Okay, congratulations. You did well. You got 100 million tokens. What is that in today's dollar? That's like 40 grand. Okay, good job. And we're already like 23x from a penny. So we're going to do, I mean, if we can get to a penny, and I think we're going to a penny, we can get to 10 cents pretty easily. So let's say it's now 10 cents. So all of the tokens that this holder is going to earn are worth 10 cents. And he's in 10-year locks. Just for argument's sake, we're going to make it 100%. He was going to earn 85,000 tokens, or $8,500 worth of tokens. See, that's where things get exciting. And I'll answer your question here in a second, John. Is that the tokens paid in penalties they've got value, but the contract don't care what their value is. It's going to send them to you because you have a certain amount, a certain share of this locking pool. It's like 0.07%. Good job, dude. Is that 7 sharks? 1% is a whale. Seven dolphins. Okay. 100 million is 7 dolphins. Well, what if it goes up to 50 cents? Well, it's going to be 5 times 8. It's going to be $42,000 in a 30-day period, right? You guys got to bear this in mind. This is not one day, but this 395 million represents a 30-day period. So what if it goes to $1.40? What if it goes to $1.40? 119 grand. So what does that mean? It means that, well, what if the price goes, what if we have this unlock, we have this price, but I can't attain 100 million tokens? Well, what if you can get 10 million? Would $12,000 juice up your life? What if you can get 5 million? 6 grand. I mean, at $1.40, we gotta, I mean, that's a push, man. But we saw in the calculator how it could perhaps potentially happen with a move on Pulse Chain and a strong Pulse pTGC against Pulse Chain. The potential's there. And we're here first. I'm here first to speculate. And I'm speculating that this could happen. John May, if Pulse does 100x, what will pTGC do, like 6,000x? Let's find out, dude. Then we'll shut this thing down. We're going for almost like an hour and 40 minutes. I'm a little, yeah, it's all good. Let's do it, man. I'm going to share my screen. If Pulse does 100x, pTGC do like a 6,000x? Well, I don't think so. Because what you do, John, is you take, like literally in the last year, pTGC has moved up against Pulse 14x. Well, let's just throw it in there. Let's see if it can do it again. And then you said Pulse does 100x. Well, that's going to be 1400x because it's 100 times 14. So that's not a 6,000x. So just, guys, if you want to do, you guys can do this moon math on your own. Take that 14 times 100 and multiply it times the price. And it's going to be 1,400, which will be what, 50 cents maybe? 60 cents. Okay, there you go, John. There you go. All right. We got to shut this down. Before we do that, let's talk about, oh boy. If you guys need to know how to buy these tokens, jump in the Telegram. We'll tell you how to get these tokens. Let's be, okay, pTGC is a memeable token, and we're posing it as a meme with massive utility. It's a meme, and we want people to land on Pulse Chain and find the meme token pTGC. I'm asking you to join us in that effort. So follow the Gray's Currency, PulseTGC at PulseTGC. I need to get this one. I need to have it. Oh, here we go. Hold on. This one right. Nope. I don't got it. But go follow the Gray's Currencies, okay? And we're posting meme stuff on there. Let me get it. I don't want to be a Slack bag. PulseTGC. I'm actually live on that channel. That's pretty funny. Follow the channel I'm live on and repost all the meme stuff. Yeah, you'll be making your own golf course. So with that kind of gains, follow the Grays. We're posting meme pictures, meme videos, repost those and blast that stuff all over Twitter, all over X, YouTube. We're trying to get people into the Gray's Currencies when they find Pulse Chain so that they don't get wrecked by buying a meme that's going to rug on them, right? And then they will have an opportunity to discover that it's not just a meme token, but there's way more under the hood. Like they're actually earning reflections. They're earning APY day after day after day. So join us, help us join it and join us in that effort. And don't just repost, but like do a quote post, repost and hit the little quote thing. Say something about the post. It could be anything. And then include the hashtags $pTGC, $UFO, and then £, Pulse Chain. Then post it. Okay. And then in the comments, if you want to make a comment, heart it, make a comment, include a picture. And you can use Grok if you got Grok to make a little alien image, include a picture. All of that stuff helps the algorithm and helps propagate the post all over Twitter so people find the Gray's Currencies and see them for the 10th time and actually buy a bag. So yeah, if you guys do that, that would be phenomenal. That's it, guys. We're going to check out. It was a long stream today. Somebody's going to get a better night's sleep tonight and help his brain much better for tomorrow. All right, guys, if you got final questions, better throw them in quick. Or we'll just jump off and you guys can drop questions in and we can just chat here for a few minutes while we're not live, because that also happens and that's fine too. All right, guys, Hey man, I hope you guys have a great week. I'm going to take a glance over at Bitcoin while I'm giving you guys a chance to ask any questions. Where is my chart? Bitcoin 100 went down to 106.5. Huh. Well, it's crypto. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Fishing with Camo Joe. You've been watching this whole time? Yeah, it did. Bitcoin did break its all-time high of whatever 106. It was pushing 110. Probably hit resistance. All right, guys, let's check out. Have a wonderful day. Maintain your health. And just remember, you're dollar cost averaging in if you hold these tokens, you're dollar cost averaging in every minute. Yeah, it'll go back up. Bitcoin will, I believe so too. Cycle's just beginning, guys. We think, hope. All right, guys. Have a great day. See you later. Okay.